If you believe that death is the worst thing that can happen to a person, you should reconsider, because El Cholo's fate at the hands of El Mencho and the CJNG was worse than death. His final days were fraught with unfathomable suffering. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today we'll be looking at this is what happens when you betray El Mencho. Yeah, you heard it right. The manner of his death was revolting, and the specifics will make your stomach turn. In fact, it is acceptable to assert that the man's eventual demise was an act of mercy. What did El Cholo do to deserve such a dreadful life? Before discussing who El Cholo is, we must first discuss the organization and person that he betrayed. The Jalisco New Generation Cartel is often known by its acronym CJNG. If you're familiar with this cartel, you're aware that no normal person would betray this insanely vicious criminal organization. Yet, El Cholo did. In fact, he did not simply violate some low-level cartel underpinnings. He deceived the fearsome and infamous El Mencho himself. Again, if you know nothing about this individual, consider this an introduction. El Mencho is the devil without a doubt. Ask anyone who manages the world's most ruthless cartel and runs the world's most brutal criminal organization. They will indicate El Mencho is CJNG. Under his leadership, the group has committed atrocities that would make the terrorist organizations of ISIS cringe, because it is not so much the nature of the crimes they commit, but rather how they commit them. Incredibly, they're not even a quarter as large as the Senalisar cartel or any of the rival cartels. Despite their modest stature, they are the first, and to date, only cartel to successfully challenge and defeat the Mexican government. In addition, they're well known for their readiness to use firearms and engage in war, as well as their struggles against virtually anyone who stands in their way. They were the first cartel to attempt to purchase a belt-fed M60 machine gun in the United States, if the rumor is accurate, and bring down the Mexican military helicopter using a grenade and a rock. If you find all this impressive, you shouldn't be. When one considers how they've treated their victims, particularly the kidnapped citizens, there is nothing attractive about this cartel. It will obliterate your sense of taste. According to legend, CJNG initiates consume their victims throughout the initiation ritual. Children, pregnant women have murdered more government leaders than anyone is prepared to admit, and there is no doubt that they were responsible for the December 2020 murder of Aristotle Sandoval, the former governor of Jalisco. El Mencho, the guy that El Cholo betrayed and who strangely was El Cholo's boss and closest friend, has sanctioned all of this turmoil and all of this bloodshed. The route to insurrection, El Mencho, began with nothing. He was born into poverty and made a living through guts, persistence, and the drug trade. He did not encounter El Cholo until he joined the now defunct Millennial Cartel as a mercenary. El Cholo became something of El Mencho's right-hand man during his time when they jointly protected the drug lord Armando Valencia and Cornelio Alas El Maradona. El Cholo observed El Mencho reconstruct the cartel and rename it the CJNG to fill the void left by the Millennial Cartel. Everyone obeyed El Mencho because he possessed a characteristic that his deceased employers recognized, admired, and employed him for. It was also the same quality he had used to eliminate some of them. It was a quality that would usher in a new era of chaos and bloodshed in the Mexican state. On the one hand, El Mencho was materialistic and well-ordered. On the other hand, he was forceful and blunt with his approaches. It was his capacity to be both of these things at the same time that caused his opponents to dread God. For instance, most cartels have a propensity for making their victims vanish. The Zina Lilo gang was infamous for employing El Pozolero, a stew maker who disappeared in 2000. Over a decade, the Sinaloa cartel dissolved thousands of bodies with acid. El Mencho effectively caused tens of thousands of individuals to vanish, but urged his cartel to do the exact opposite. Every body was an opportunity for spectacle. Instead of making the bodies vanish, they butchered and discarded them in public streets or hung them from bridges while filming the operation. Then, they would upload it to social media for the world to see. So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so that you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section below. Stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next video.